Hello, beautiful soul. My name is Sandra. I'm a certified trauma coach, traumatic incident reduction facilitator, life transformation coach, Reiki master teacher, and passionate writer. My passion and dedication for trauma healing was born as a result of my own traumatic past. Molested as a child, sexually assaulted or raped as a young adult, I felt lost for many years until I found peace and purpose in spirituality. I studied Reiki and other healing modalities and was able to fully transform and heal my emotional pain. I began to understand the effects trauma can have on the entire body and recognize pattern and behavior similarities in my clients and discovered a roadmap to successful trauma healing. Today I help trauma survivors heal and overcome their traumatic past, take back their lives, rise above their story, and discover who they truly are. Today in this brief video, I want to talk about the 5 rules of a happy life after trauma. Now, trauma is, first of all, something very personal, and it's something very difficult to overcome. But it's important that we never give up. There is a way out there for us to heal from our trauma. We just have to find it. And one of those things is starting to change our mindset. Because trauma healing is closely linked to spirituality. And spirituality, as we know, has to do with our soul, with what we believe in, what we believe of ourselves. So when we can start changing that, we can start changing how we feel about trauma. We can start changing how we feel about ourselves. We can take our power back. And this is really the most important thing about trauma healing. Stop being in the victim modality and choose to be a survivor. Choose to overcome. Choose to, no matter what it takes, to find a way to heal. That's what I did. And I'm so glad I did, because through my pain and my growth, I found my purpose in helping you. Because I know what it feels like to be traumatized. I mean, I was sexually assaulted as a child. I was raped as a young adult. And still, I never gave up. I looked for an answer. And I know you can too. So here are my 5 rules for a happy life after trauma. Number 1 rule is don't judge. Judgment is a very interesting concept. When we judge someone, we're actually noticing a lack within ourselves. We are judging what we are not brave enough to do ourselves. Let me give you an example. Let's say you walk down a road and you see a woman with a dress that's about a size too small and it looks like it's really peeled on. And yeah, the first reaction would be to judge, like, what is she wearing? Why is she wearing it like that? This looks so unflattering. But when we dig deeper, underneath, there may be envy. Like, wow, I would never be brave enough to pull this off. So I was judging for so long, and everything and everyone. But at some point I was like, why am I judging? Because judging someone else makes me unhappy. And I was wondering, why is that? So I was thinking about it. I was observing myself when I was judging. And I realized that it was always something I was lacking. So for the most part, I did stop judging. Sometimes I realize I am, and then I go, okay, what happened? Why did I just judge? And without a doubt, it is always something that I need to work on for myself. And the one thing I realized about stopping to judge is I was happier, because all my pain that I carried was healing. Because I started to self-reflect and started to ask myself, why am I judging? And the more I self-reflected, the more I realized what I was doing, and the more I could let it go and be happy. So rule number 1 for a happy life after trauma is stop judging. The second rule is there are no problems. Well, you know the thing when there's something coming up and you say, oh my God, this is such a problem, and you feel devastated, like there is no answer to that. Well, The thing is, we create this mindset. There is no problem. There is only a challenge. I mean, the universe does not throw anything at us that we cannot handle. So if we're confronted with a challenge, it's our job to find a solution. And that's really what any problem is. So if you stop noticing a problem as a problem, but rather as a challenge, it actually becomes exciting because you're saying, okay, fine, let's figure this out. The moment when I stopped seeing a problem as like something unsurmountable, I actually was like, okay, bring it on. Let's see what happens. And before long, I had the answer. And there always is an answer. So there are no problems in this world. They're just challenges. And it depends on how you approach them. Is how you master them and how you grow through them. All right, rule number 3. I like to call this mirror, mirror on the wall. I'm not sure if you have heard about the term mirror work. Basically, it's actually a little psychological because you're standing in front of the mirror and you tell yourself something nice, something kind. And the more often you do that, the faster your mind will change. You will start to feel better about yourself. This is something that I use with my clients all the time. To get your self-love back, your self-respect. So at the beginning it may be a little difficult. You may feel like, okay, this is silly. Why am I talking to myself? Work through that. This is just your ego trying to stop you. Trust me. Been there, done that. So what you can start with, easy, is when you get up in the morning and you go to the bathroom, look in the mirror, say, morning sunshine, or anything along those lines. I mean, I love sunshine because it just makes me smile. And because it reminds me these were the first words that my husband heard from me. So yeah, it has some fun memories attached to it. And once you're comfortable with doing that, and this simple good morning puts a smile on your face, then start with something deeper. Start looking at the mirror and say, you're beautiful, you're incredible, you'll do great today, I love you. Just say positive things to yourself. Imagine you are your best friend who you're trying to build up. To your best friend, you wouldn't put down, right? You wouldn't say, oh my God, you'll never do that. Come on, this is a waste of time. No, but it's so easy saying this to yourself. Flip it. Choose to be your only best friend and act like it. So, mirror, mirror on the wall is the 3rd rule. The 4th rule is be brave. Now, you all have heard of your comfort zone, right? The comfort zone is basically the space where we feel comfortable, where we know exactly what's happening, where we know everything that could happen, and we feel safe that we can work through it. Now, stepping out of our comfort zone means we're stepping into uncharted territory. We're stepping into a place where we don't know what's going to happen. But this is where we grow. You don't grow inside your comfort zone. You can only grow when you step out of it. And at the very beginning, it can be very difficult. Now, when I chose to become a part of a summit and I heard I had to record a video, I was like, oh my goodness, this is so way out of my comfort zone. Could you tell? I don't know, maybe. It's, yeah, for me, being on camera is nothing that ever comes easy. But I'm doing it because, of course, it's part of the job description, but also because I want to share with you how trauma healing is possible and what you can do. And me stepping so way out of my comfort zone, recording this video and trying not to read on a script too much, but really trying to be natural, is uncharted territory for me. But see, I did it, and the more I do it, I feel comfortable. And after this, I hope I'll be brave enough to start recording inspirational videos to help you even further. And the thing is, the more I will do it, the more it becomes part of my new comfort zone. My comfort zone will stretch. So right now I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and I'm creating a new one with this. It's the same thing with everything. You can start, for example, if you walk to work, take a different road that you've never taken before. You may be nervous because you don't know how long it's going to take you to get to work or what you're going to encounter, but this is stepping out of your comfort zone. If you ever, I don't know, drive your car to work, take the bus. See what happens. See what people you meet. Step out of your comfort zone. Whatever keeps you stuck inside your comfort zone, take it head on and say, you know what, I may be scared of this, but I'm doing it anyways. That's how you grow. And that's how you get over your trauma. Because in trauma, we are holding ourselves hostage, which is a big subject for a different video. But I'm going to throw this out there because this is one of my passionate subjects, how we are in control over our own happiness. And we are the ones who keep ourselves hostage. We are the ones who don't allow ourselves to heal out of fear. But anyway, so kick that fear to the curb and be brave. Step out of your comfort zone. That was rule number 4. And rule number 5 is think yourself happy. Now, most people, or well, not most people, but a lot of people think very negative. They always find ways to put themselves and others down, and it's a safe space because so many people do it. It's something we've grown up with, depending where we came from. I was born in Germany, so my family was post-war. So of course, the mindset was very negative and survival, and they still kept this going. Like, I remember it took me so long to get over the words from my grandma when she said self-pride stinks. You're not allowed to be proud of yourself. You can be proud of other people, but being proud of yourself, it's a big no-no. So always keep your head down. Always stay safe. And this mindset is something I grew up with, and stepping away from that was very difficult, but I did it. Now, how can you think yourself happy? The first thing is acknowledge when you're thinking something negative and then change it. Let's say, for example, you want to go out for a walk. You're going to bed and the next day you want to go for a walk. Maybe you want to meet up with a friend and go for a walk with their dog. And you're looking forward to that because you're out in nature, you can enjoy the birds and the bees and the flowers, and it's going to smell beautiful, and yeah, you're just looking forward to that. So the next day you wake up and it's pouring. So of course you're upset. You wouldn't be. But then staying upset will set the tone for your whole day. You'll probably be upset your whole day, right? So if you would change that, let's say, okay, yes, it's raining today, so that's bad. But you know what? Tomorrow I also have time to go for a walk. And according to the weather report, it's not supposed to rain tomorrow. So if today it's raining, nature will get the water it needs. The flowers will be more fragrant and everything will smell stronger. It will look more radiant because it could soak up all the nourishment, and yeah, tomorrow's a good day. So this could have changed your whole mindset from, great, it's raining, I can go anywhere, and this sucks, from, okay, tomorrow it's going to be even better, so what can I do today to offset the rainy day? Maybe you start cleaning your apartment. Who knows, you feel drawn to doing something, taking action. Clear up your space, something else. So think yourself happy. That's rule number 5. And yeah, so we're technically already at the end of our video. Now, aside from that, let me tell you a bit about what I do. Because it's obvious that I'm a trauma survivor myself, so I understand trauma. I understand what it means to live in trauma, and I understand what it means to rise above it. I understand what it means to truly let it go and find your passion. And that's what I love most about what I do. Helping people take back their lives, rise above their story, and discover who you truly are. I mean, you're an incredible person, and that person is buried under all the pain and the fear and the self-doubts and the limiting beliefs, the self-sabotaging behavior that were a cause of the traumatic events. And no matter what the trauma was, it can be healed. We just have to be brave enough to stand up for ourselves, to love ourselves enough saying, yes, we're deserving of healing. It is not our fault this happened. So it is not our fault. It's not our... Okay, I lost my track. It is not... We don't have to feel guilty or traumatized for the rest of our lives. We deserve to let it go. We have the right to let it go. And this is what I help people with. What I offer is, for example, traumatic incident reduction. It's an amazing modality. It's evidence-based. It's been around since the 80s, and it helps people release their trauma. And I do offer life transformation coaching, which means we're going into the limiting beliefs, the self-sabotaging behavior, going into what is keeping you stuck in your life. It could be so many different things. It could be a job that you hate but you're afraid to get out of because you don't know what the future holds. You may feel stuck in a rut. You may feel like life throws you one curveball after the next. You may feel like everything goes wrong and you have no idea why. That's what I help you with, to get your life back on track. And of course, I do Reiki. I love Reiki. I love energy healing. I love everything about it. I love spiritual development. My healing journey was for the past 20 years, and I've learned so much about myself. I learned so much about spirituality. And I love it. And I could talk about this for hours. So anyways, if you would like to know more about what I do and how I can help you, if you feel drawn to what I'm doing, then I invite you to take a look at my website, www.riseaboveyourstory.com, and check me out. And if you like, on my homepage there is a button to book your clarity session. It's a free session with me where I will send you a questionnaire, and after that we will meet via Skype, over the phone, whichever you prefer, and we will talk about what's going on, how I can help you, and we will see if we feel resonating with each other. Because trauma healing is all about trust. If trust is not there, if you don't feel comfortable talking to me and opening up to me, then there's not much I can do. Which is why I want you to feel 100% comfortable working with me, that I'm the right fit for you to let loose, let go, and rise above your story. Well, I do hope you found this video helpful, and I'm looking forward to talking to you in the future. Bye.